Potato.
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 Potato. Good morning.
Potato. Hi, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up.
Hey,
Put
wake
a little
up.
makeup.
Don't.
I'm not going to do the System of a Down thing that Felicia hates for some reason. I'll just say
I hate it because you
It's
do
okay, I
it every
did it.
time, and repetition isn't my favorite. But
we just been saying potato for like a minute.
yeah,
Mhm.
but that's different. That's an actual joke. Hey.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Jesse. You can find me on Blue Sky at outbynight.com.
I fucked up the order, but it's okay. Hi, I'm Felicia. You can find me at Felicia3 on Twitter and Instagram, or at Felicia3.bsky.social on Blue Sky.
Hi, I'm Beth. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at BethMostDef and Instagram at Beth D. Bush.
And you
Oh,
can
yeah.
find the three of us at www.idiots.fm, and you could click the link to join our Discord and chat with us and fellow idiots. You can find us at Sleepy Idiots on Twitter or at idiots.fm on Blue Sky. And if you're feeling nice and nice, go ahead and rate us at podchaser.com or Apple Podcasts.
Hell yeah. I
Yes,
promised I was
please.
going to look at that, and goddamn right I didn't.
I said I was going to remind you, and I totally reminded you. I don't know why you didn't look at it.
Did you?
No,
Oh.
I totally didn't remind you.
What's funny is I edited that podcast last week, and I heard you reminding me, and I still didn't do it.
Well, that was my reminder, so I did it.
Hey,
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 what's going on?
too
what's going
much.
on?
I won't get into so many details, but yard guy came and cleaned my yard and took out all the blackberry bushes and shit. And so it's cat safe now. And I've
Hell
been
yeah.
letting him outside sometimes with supervision because the gate is still broken. But he's already like, cool, it's great to be outside, but what if I was more outside? And he just kind of
Oh,
sits
no.
by the gate.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he needs some more stimulation back there. But even still, he's become a menace and he just wants to go outside all the time. So I'm hoping the novelty will wear off and he'll stop being horrible.
They just
What-
hate a closed door. Like, if a door is closed, it's an enemy.
Yeah. But for the longest time, I think he didn't realize that that was a door. Like it could be opened and he could go out of it.
Yeah.
But now that he knows, he's like, want all the time. So he'll stand by it and yell. He will. One of the things that's driving me fucking insane is he will try to get on the nightstand to my left. And like, I mean, it's not hard. He jumps on the bed and bolts for the nightstand. And once he is there, he'll sit in the corner and yell up into the corner because he knows that it echoes and it makes him louder. But then also there's like cords like for the lights and stuff back there, so he'll fuck with those. He'll knock everything off the nightstand. And this is the only place that he ever does this is this nightstand. And I don't know why, but he's learned that it really annoys me, so he's like he bolts right for it. I have to remove him physically from the room.
That's
Bitter
so
apple
annoying.
spray is the shit.
What?
Bitter apple spray? He's
Yeah.
not chewing anything.
Oh, but if he gets it on his paws, like
Yeah,
if
I
he's
don't know that
fucking with
he's-
shit.
I don't know that he's smart enough to put together why his paws taste bad, though.
Well, it smells funky too. Like for my cats, it's immediately like a nope situation.
Okay. Well, besides him being a menace, my hot water heater broke for a little bit. I think we kind of decided that something the yard guy did must have blown out the pilot light.
Yeah.
So it was easily fixed, luckily, but it was just a week of annoyances that I was having a struggle time mentally. And yeah, but on a brighter note, I started playing a game called Potionomics. I was watching some Twitch streamers that I like play it, and the gist is you're like a new fledgling witch who inherited her dead uncle's potion shop, and in doing so also incurred like his massive debt, and a win or to kind of pay back that debt, you have to win this series of competitions, because like if you keep winning competitions, you get bigger and bigger cash prizes so you can pay off the debt. So I was like, this is kind of cute. Maybe it'll just be like a kind of task completion type of game, like which I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's fucking like really hard because you really have to manage your time. If you don't, and if you're like slightly underprepared for the competition, you won't win and then the game just ends.
Mm.
So you have
Oh.
to like really manage your time. You have to go on all these like quests to get ingredients. You have to make and sell potions to get money to buy ingredients or other things. And it's like if you're not really rigid about, and it's a really limited amount of time you have per day too, so you kind of have to pick and choose what you can do in a day. And the first time I tried it, I kept failing the competition because I didn't have strong enough potions, so I had to like go back to the beginning because I didn't have enough saves, I guess.
Oh God.
So I think that's the one flaw for me, is that if you kind of mismanage your time, it's really hard to get that time back without like completely restarting from the beginning of the competition cycle.
Mm.
Huh.
But I think like the second competition was way easier for me, so I think I've learned to manage my time better.
Mm.
But yeah, Potionomics, it's only available on Steam for Windows. And I only have I have my very, very old MacBook. I'm talking like I got it in junior high, old. And at one point I split the hard drive, so it's or iOS and Windows. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can run it on, and it does not run well. It's very like not glitchy, but it's like very hitchy.
Yeah.
But it functions enough and it's very addicting. So that's what I've been
Nice.
doing for the last couple days.
Is there a lot
That's
of
fun.
like dialogue?
Yes, but it's skippable.
Okay.
So it's okay, I didn't want to talk for this long, but I completely like neglected that it's a deck builder. So
Oh, I love deck builders.
I still don't think I don't think this is really for you because it's like, still like very cutesy art, and like it's all about witches.
If the mechanics are good
It's
enough,
also
I
a
don't give a
dating
shit.
sim.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah. It's not like super obvious, but you'll get like dialogue options to flirt.
That's the problem for
Yeah,
me.
I really don't think it's for you, but it is a deck builder in the sense that when you go to sell the potions you've made, you have to implement these like haggling strategies that you can build up by getting new cards from different vendors and stuff. So like every customer who comes in has a certain quantifiable number of patience, and you have to try to raise their interest and raise the value of the potion while also not running over their patience limit, because if you
Yeah.
do, they won't buy it. So there's all these different like elements that make it very, I guess, satisfying to complete. It is very task managey, but it's not the most calm game in the world.
Mm.
I don't think I would like it.
No, I don't think so either.
The dating
Jesse
sim
don't like
part.
flirt.
No,
No.
I do not like dating sims.
There's a large woman in it, kind of like
Oh,
the
word?
large woman
Fuck yeah.
from Resident Evil.
Is she a witch? Is it a large witch?
She's a demon.
Oh, why can't she be a witch?
She's kind of both, I guess.
All right.
All right.
Do you
That's
talk
what
about
I
your
did.
date? Do you want to talk about your date?
Well, that was going to tie into what I watched, but I can talk about it now.
Okay.
I I met a guy on Hinge. We went on a couple dates. He was a very nice guy, but I just wasn't really feeling anything romantic. But for the second date, he wanted to go mini golfing. I think I talked about this last week, but I was like, I'm going to be exhausted because of all the yard shit, and I'm really glad that I didn't do it because it was also like 90 something degrees.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I really just want to go see a movie. I want to go to the theater. I want to eat popcorn. I just want the movie experience, and I don't give a fuck what we see. So
Yeah.
he suggested Insidious the Red Door because A, there was really nothing playing, but B, he knew I liked horror. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I think I've seen the first one, but I'm not a big Blumhouse fan and I'm not a big James Wan fan, and I know it's going to be trash. I'm in. But I really didn't remember anything about the Insidious franchise except for it having something to do with astral projection and a demon at some point.
Yeah.
So, like, I really didn't remember much. So I decided I'd watch at least the first movie. I thought, what could there be? Like 2 before this? No, there's 4. So I watched the first movie. It's like as soon as I started watching it, everything about it came back, and it's like I just watched it the day before. I still didn't particularly care for it. I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was very silly. But I will say there's an actress named Lynn Shay who's really like revered in horror because she always plays kind of the like unsuspecting like elderly, like looks super sweet, but she's kind of a horror powerhouse and she's in a lot of indie stuff too. So she's in the Insidious movies. She plays like the psychic who helps exorcise the demons or whatever.
Yeah.
And I fucking love her and I love her character. And the second and third movies were all about her. Or the third and fourth, maybe, I don't know. Some movies are all about her and like different cases that she's worked. So I kind of liked the middle chunk of movies better, just because it focused a lot less on the family stuff and a lot more on Lin Shay. And she
I
I sobbed my way through a couple of those
Oh,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
because she's so good. I'm not saying they're
Aw.
good movies, but she's great.
Yeah.
I've seen her before.
Probably, yeah. She has a lot of horror roles, but she's never like a huge role, except I guess in these movies. So I didn't necessarily think that I would watch all 4, but they're pretty short. I think they're like hour and a half long movies each. I was able to find them all easily and just decided to watch like one per night until the day of going to the movies. And I enjoyed the experience. I don't know that I would ever watch a single one of them again of my own accord. But I will say the one that is currently in theaters, The Red Door, is my least favorite.
Oh wow.
It just didn't need to be made. It was interesting though because it was the same cast from the first movie. So the first movie was about like the youngest or the second to youngest son in a family, and I want to say he was like 10, and in this movie he's like going off to college. So that was kind of cool. That's like the same actor, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of full circle, but it wasn't a good movie.
I heard it was very, very bad.
Yeah, I've said this on social media and I said this to you guys, but my favorite part is so
The
Dalton
credits.
no. The son's name is Dalton and he gets this roommate who's like this really spunky girl and she's like, "Oh, tell me something weird about yourself. Like what's weird about you?" And he tells her that sometimes he likes to eat dry oatmeal right out of the packet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, that's not weird, blah, blah, blah." And then the next scene, it cuts to his father, played by Patrick Wilson, who dumps he dumps a packet of dry oatmeal into a bowl and then just takes a big spoonful of it. And it's so clear that he can't get it down. He's just chewing. And he's like making this face like he's thinking, but you can tell he's just having such a hard time chewing it.
He's just trying not to choke on oatmeal.
Yeah, dude. And I like wanted to scream laugh in the theater.
Oh god.
And that was when I was like, it's so hard to be in a theater setting now that we have this podcast and our VR group. It's just so quiet to not talk over, or so hard to not talk over movies anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody else laughed?
No.
Oh man.
They were like, "That's not
I don't think I would be able to control myself.
It was a fairly quiet audience. Like nobody reacted much to anything, which isn't good for horror.
No.
But yeah, I've talked so much. That's all that's going on for me.
What you got, Beth? What happened?
So Friday I got a haircut and color and everything, so I'm all fresh. So that feels nice.
Is it purple?
Pepper?
Well, kind of.
Oh.
Not really. It's like really really dark, almost black, and then it has a hue of midnight violet, but you can't really tell unless you look at it in the sun probably.
I used to dye my hair, I think, almost with that same color, except it was like midnight blue or something.
Really
Yeah,
interesting. Write that down.
I'm
write
writing
it
that
down.
down.
That was way back in the day. That was like middle school times.
I didn't dye my hair until like college times, I don't think.
I
was
think
a wimp.
my mom gave me highlights from a box when I was in middle school, and it was the kind where you put on the like plastic cap and then pull
Yeah.
strands of
God.
hair through it.
Doesn't that hurt?
Yes.
Maybe she gave you the hurdy one on purpose.
No. That's
Were
just
you in
how they
trouble?
all were.
Yeah, I used to watch my mom get that done to her, and I was like, "Oh God, that I never. That's not. I'm never doing that." But I've dyed my hair a few colors, like red, black. I had blonde in my hair at one point, like a balayage kind of situation.
A what now?
It's like it's like
Oh,
an ombre.
Yeah.
I've had, I don't know what the fuck that is either, but I've had this explained to me before. Zoe has told me what a balayage is
It's
on
just
like
when
4
it
different
fades from one
occasions.
color to the other. It's not like a harsh
Yeah.
line. It's like a gentle
Yeah.
fade.
Yeah. And it's I
I'll never
think
remember.
I think like an ombre
like a
would be
smoky
more
eye.
even, but it's like it's more piecey. It's like kind of like my cousin who does my hair described it like hair painting. Like
Yeah, because they like
yeah.
tease your hair, and like they, at least when they did my green, they like took a swatch of hair, like teased it with a comb, and then dyed the strands that were left.
I don't even remember. It was such a long time ago, but I like that a lot. I might do that again someday.
Yeah.
So that was Friday, and then Saturday, Skylar and I did like regular errands. We had to go to PetSmart and Costco, and also while we were out, we went to our Bed Bath and Beyond for the last time because it's
Aw.
completely shutting down,
Oh
and
man.
everything was 60 to 80% off.
Oh shit.
Oh, I gotta go.
But like I didn't know that this was happening until like the day before because my mom had
Aw.
went, and I don't know how long the sale has been going on for, but it was like gutted. There was almost nothing left. I got a
Yeah.
few things, but like there was really almost nothing. It was it was cool to like walk around. I walked around the whole back because I didn't know like if there was anything left back there, and there definitely wasn't.
Did you get anything?
I did. I got some glasses, like drinking glasses. I got a Christmas ornament box.
Oh shit.
I got a nonstick pan. Can always use one of those.
Yeah.
I got this Fakai shampoo and conditioner, and that was the best deal I've got probably. And it was like a color treatment one, so it's good for my hair that I just colored. So that's good.
Dude, I know they're like bankrupt now.
Yeah.
And I know they'd started doing sales a long time ago, but it was not good sales. It was like 15% off, 20% off, and I was like, y'all are not acting like you're going bankrupt. So I'm glad to hear they swallowed their pride a little.
I bet they went through all their candles like day one.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, they used to sell Yankee candle and something else, some other good candles.
Those 3-wick boys, the fancy times.
Maybe the ribbon wick boys, the wood ones. Those are good.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about again.
Oh
We
no.
got Bailey
Just
Balayages.
candles
We got
with
Ribble
wood wicks. So
ribbon wicks.
they're
There's
made
like
of wood, so they make a crackling sound like a fire.
yeah,
Oh,
and then they
that's kinda
have
sick.
I think the same brand, maybe not, makes the ribbon wick ones, which is like it's like a really long, I don't know what it's made out of, piece of something. So it like this is something that's impossible to describe. I'm gonna have to send you a picture. But like it just makes like a whole line of a flame happening like
Oh.
across it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Listener, look that up because I didn't describe that right.
But they were all out of all the candles were gone.
Yeah, they were out of like everything. It was barely anything left.
Did you buy the Christmas ornaments because you just wanted to leave with something?
No, I bought it's like a Christmas ornament box. So like it's got like all the little squares in it for like the odd Christmas ornaments that I buy that it's hard to store. And I've wanted one of those anyway, so I was like, well, guess I'll get one since it's cheap.
Oh, I see.
I'll miss Bed Bath and Beyond, but I can see how their model of honoring multiple 20% off coupons, even if they're expired, didn't go so well for them financially.
Yeah, I mean that, and
Probably
people
just
just don't.
Amazon destroying them.
Yeah.
No one's buying stuff in store. It's the Toys R Us thing too.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I wanted, but I didn't get it, and it was an air hockey table that was $500 on sale for $200, and I wanted it so bad, and I was like, no, don't get an air hockey table.
Why?
Don't
So
do
I
it.
didn't.
Your cats will fuck it up.
I love air hockey though a lot.
Just
Air
go
hockey
back
is
there right
fun.
now and get it.
I do regret it a little bit.
Air hockey is like the only sporty type thing that I could never get any
I
grasp
don't think
on. I
it's
just suck
sporty
at it.
at all.
It is. It's a lot of hand-eye coordination. It's sporty.
Yeah, but that's more gamey than sporty. Games are hand-eye coordination.
To me, it's as sporty as like ping pong is.
Huh.
Yeah, but I guess I also don't consider that
It's
sporty.
in the Olympics.
Is it really?
Oh
Ping
yeah,
pong.
I have
I
a
don't know
friend
about
that's
air
like a ping
hockey.
pong champion.
Air hockey might actually be in the Winter Olympics.
I'm good at air hockey.
Me too.
You guys should go play doubles in the Olympics.
Maybe we will.
Shake up the
Maybe
world.
we will.
Hell yeah.
That was it for me.
I switched from Spotify to Apple Music.
Wow.
Whoa,
That's it.
that's
for
pretty
me.
big.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got a HomePod, which is Apple's like Bluetooth speaker. It's kind of like Alexa, but Apple's version, and it plays real good with your iPhone. Like if I'm playing a podcast and I'm walking to the kitchen or something, I'm about to eat lunch, I just like wave it near it, and it switches the audio input.
Whoa.
Very sick. And we have an
That's
Apple TV for like our streaming device. We don't have a Fire Stick or anything, and it'll like just natively use the Apple TV, and you get like really good sound on your TV shit, which is nice too.
I like Apple Music. I was never a fan of Spotify.
I've never tried Apple Music.
It's good. It doesn't have podcasts. The thing, but I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify.
No, but you can
anyway.
also
They have the
download
podcast
anything
app.
you want for free.
I use Pocket Casts for my podcasts anyway. I can't use Apple Podcasts because they make you use iTunes on Windows, and fuck that. Hey,
Hey,
what we
Hey.
watched last week?
5 Insidious movies.
Oh yeah. Didn't you say he did too?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was
What a trooper.
I didn't ask him to do that. He just did it of his own accord. So,
Man, he's
Yeah.
into you.
yeah, well, I said no, so
Poor guy. What are you gonna do?
he'll always remember me when he sees Insidious.
Yeah.
Very Insidious.
Every time he thinks about that oatmeal guy.
Did you guys talk about the oatmeal guy?
No, we didn't. I think that was
Oh,
just...
that's a bad sign.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
true.
like the highlight of the thing. You're just like, nah, and get the fuck out of here.
Well, just as the date was ending, we were like talking outside the theater, and I was kind of like, I don't know where this is gonna go. Is he gonna want to like try to convince me to go have dinner or something? Just as we were like making small talk and talking about the movie a little bit, this guy comes over to me because I am literally always the person who gets asked to take a picture of other people. Like,
Yeah.
excuse me, can you take a picture of us? It's always me. Like, I could be doing anything. People will find me and ask. So I'm like talking to this guy, but I was so grateful. This older guy came up to me and he was like, excuse me, we have 3 generations of our family here. We just saw Indiana Jones. Could you please
Oh,
take our
shit.
picture?
So much
And I was like-
information.
And I know, but he was so nice. He was like, I hope I'm not imposing. I was like, oh, not at all. I'll come take your picture.
One time, I just want you to run away with their phone and really like fuck them up because they're picking you
He
because
was
you
even-
look like you're not gonna steal their phone.
He was even like, what's your name? And I told him, and then he goes to the family, and he's like, everybody, this is Felicia.
Oh shit! Hell
She's
yeah.
part of the family.
And then I
now.
run away with his phone. So yeah, we didn't talk much about the movie.
That's the last time you talk to the guy you're on the date with too. He just sees you fade into the distance with his
With the
family's phone. It was all a ruse.
I think that would make him fall in love.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like if
Uh,
he's watching 5 of those shit movies, he's already in love.
It was the second date.
Yeah, it could be though. You don't know.
No, you don't make me feel worse.
Maybe it's love at first sight for this guy.
No. Wait, what have
No.
we watched last week?
Yesterday, as the crow flies, we watched An Evening with Beverly Loughlin.
Which is the
In VR.
apparently the second movie that the producers of Greasy Strangler made.
And I had a great time.
I really wanted to stay and watch it, but as like right before I left, I heard the cat jump on the window screen, like full claws extended. And I was like, I gotta go. He's gonna be a terrible menace if I don't.
I didn't
He's gonna
finish
fuck
it
your window
either.
up.
I got too sleepy.
But I was enjoying it.
Me too.
There wasn't much left when Beth left.
Mm.
I think there was like 15 minutes and the reveal at the end. Do you want the reveal?
No, I think I
Yes.
want to
Oh.
actually watch it.
Okay. It's good. It's worth a watch. I watched Wild Wild Country.
Haven't you already seen that? I remember
No.
Really? I
Nope.
could swear we talked about it.
Someone told me about it. I'm afraid to say it's Tatiana because it was probably you.
I think it might have been Tatiana.
My guess is it was Tatiana because it's
she
cult
watches cult
shit.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just got around to it this week, I think.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's another one that the Duplass brothers produced.
Yes. And I didn't know that till I got in there. I was like, oh, this is going to be good, I bet. And it was.
I started it, but documentaries, no matter how good, don't hold my attention, so I never finished.
I love documentaries.
Yeah, me too.
This one was interesting because it was a cult like building their own city, and I never heard this story before.
Yeah.
Even though they were all over the media at the time. So it was just a really interesting, really popular story that I never heard before.
Well, you were a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But you would think like the late night shows would still be joking about it in the 90s and shit. They probably were, and I just wasn't getting the references.
They're very specific references.
Yeah. But spoilers, they leave it kind of like, are you have any interest in watching this?
No.
Okay.
I watched a good portion of it.
They kind of leave it up in the air whether or not this guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
They kind of put everything on the lady, like all the bad shit, but I think he's a douchebag, like the main guy.
Well, usually cult leaders aren't the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not like a whole lot of examples of a cult leader who's not megalomaniacal in some way.
No.
But yeah, it was good. It was only 6 episodes, so it was pretty quick. I think I was watching it the last 2 while I was watching our puppy,
while you were
making sure he
having
wasn't eating a cat.
What did we call it? Oh, Baludi.
Baludi, which Miriam loved, by the way. That's what she's been calling it.
Hell yeah.
I was on Baludi earlier today.
You know, I had a small world moment when I walked into the theater for Insidious. You know how sometimes before the movie they'll play like trivia questions?
Yeah.
And it was like, what was the name of the bear from the Jungle Book? I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
Fuck yeah. You knew the answer immediately.
I knew.
I missed that theater trivia shit. I love trivia in general. I should
Me too.
Look for more trivia type shit.
I just missed being in the movie theater. I love going to the movies.
Yeah. There's some trivia podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've listened to one.
Oh, hit me up. I want to look for some.
I'll have to remember what it was, but it was like, I think it was like a podcast that like prepares people for like trivia, like I guess bar trivia and stuff.
Yeah, I would kill it at bar trivia. I stopped going out.
I'm so bad at trivia.
I'm real good at it. I have lots of stupid information in my head.
I know.
No important information, lots of stupid information.
Yeah, same.
There's a show on Apple TV Plus called Swagger that's about a basketball phenom from the DMV, which is the DC metro area. It's like DC, Maryland, and Virginia. There's like when those states can join, they call it the DMV in that area, which is around where I grew up. So But that show is like very formulaic and hits every trope you can think of with a sports show. And I'm gonna move right past it because you guys don't give a fuck
I
about
didn't
sports.
say anything.
I was listening.
And then me and Miriam watched What We Do in the Shadows. This
I
new
keep
That's on my
season.
forgetting to
list
watch
too.
it.
Oh, it's good.
How many episodes are out so far?
2.
Cool.
1 tomorrow.
2.
Oh,
And we
hell
watched
yes.
and the best episode of The Righteous Gemstones was this week.
Yeah, it was so
Oh my God.
insane.
It was insane.
There was a naked fight.
Spoilers. You can see a dong fully erect
For a long time.
long time.
For too long. And too outside in the world.
Yeah, it was an outdoor naked fight.
Kids and everything.
Yep.
Wow, what a show.
What a show.
Wow.
What did you watch, Beth? Did you watch anything?
So I had to catch up on What We Do in the Shadows. I had part of season 3, all of season 4, and then the new ones, and I watched all of that. And
Sick.
it was great. I love this show. It doesn't like feel like it's lost any momentum. Like it's just good.
No, it's back full force.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
And then I watched the Last of Us episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
I thought it was good. I was totally on his side
Joel?
with that. Yeah, with that decision.
Yes, Beth. Yes. Yes.
Because, like, dude, spoiler. This is like some shitty, janky apocalypse hospital. And this is like, I don't know, just in my head, I was like, this doctor could be a fucking quack. He could like not know what he's doing. There's no guarantee that like what he's doing is going to work. And she could just be like dying to be like a learning experiment and opportunity. And it's not even her choice.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, like, I do subscribe to like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, but also like free will. And like, I don't know, it's just that the whole situation was sketchy. Like it not being able to make a decision because there's a gun in your face that's a no.
I think
that's a big no.
Part of the argument is that it was, I don't know if it was as obvious in the show, but it was very obvious in the game that Ellie would have chosen to sacrifice herself.
Yeah.
And Joel kind of made that decision for her. But I completely agree that there are so many circumstances that still make it a real janky situation.
Yeah.
And I don't think I do personally subscribe to good of the many outweighs the good of the few. I think generally I'm like, how about we don't kill innocent people for like a chance at something?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Plus, I don't know. I think they just, because, Jesse and I had this argument when I tried to tell him about the game, because, like, obviously he doesn't know the characters, he doesn't know the backstory, all he knows is what I'm telling him. So he was very much like, that's a shitty thing that Joel did.
But I think like it.
Yeah. But, like, after watching the show and their relationship and the situation and having all the context, I think you're still, like, he didn't do the right thing, but I get it.
Yeah. She's also a kid still.
She is a kid.
Yeah.
My memory's not good enough to remember.
I'm going to say that's what it was. Like, I don't think you were fully I completely agree. But
I for sure softened on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it did. I remember when you told me, like, we did get in an argument and it was just like a morality question that I had no context about. And it didn't even like phase me in the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember not being fazed by it.
Yeah. I wasn't like fazed by him killing all those people either because they were like standing in his way, and like our societal norms and stuff doesn't work in this world. It's every man for himself.
That's a great point. Like I think that's something that I've talked about with a lot of people too, is that like it doesn't necessarily, our morality issues don't necessarily apply in an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a very different society with a very different set of norms. Not saying that like mass murder should be normal, but I'll just say, when I was playing the game for the first time and it got to that part where you are Joel and Ellie has been taken, there was no hesitation. I'm like, I will shoot any motherfucker to get to Ellie. So I get Joel. I get it.
Yeah, it made sense.
I understood it way more with context.
Yeah.
And I understand him lying to her because it's like, it's gonna break her heart. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think originally Craig Mazin like hinted that game 2 would be broken up into many seasons, and now they're saying 2 seasons, which I
I
hope is true because I don't think you can really stretch it out into 3.
I think 2 was the number he had at
Yeah, but
the
then he was
that he
like, "I'll
gave.
just say it's more than 1."
Yeah,
But I think people are now saying it's 2 seasons.
that makes sense.
You know, the time for asking questions is right now.
No questions from the Discord from this week, but I got a couple from Reddit.
Fun.
The first one is, what would be extremely scary if it were 10 times its normal size?
Roach.
Anything.
Roach
did
is
you
a
say?
great answer.
Yeah, any bug.
Ugh.
I was thinking like wolves.
Wolves
Yeah.
are already scary.
I know, but if you made them 10 times the normal, can you imagine?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like
We'd
stuff
be picked
that's
off.
What
yeah,
about
totally.
the ocean?
The ocean again, you're picking things that are scary and making them scarier. I'm thinking of this like what's something that's mildly disturbing but it's so small we don't see it as a threat. But if it's
Ants.
10 yeah, exactly. Any bug.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how about no
Spiders.
bugs? Let's take bugs off the table.
Giant
All right.
snake.
Yeah, but those exist.
But even
Chickens.
bigger.
Chicken.
Giant
Yeah,
chicken.
honestly. And yeah, like geese are really fucking aggressive.
Oh yeah, geese
Yeah,
is the
roosters are
worst.
mean.
Yeah.
Geese is the right answer.
But also like a house cat because or like small dogs are the fucking meanest. If you made a chihuahua 10 times its normal size, it would cause so much death.
Holy Christ! And they're
Maybe they would
fucking
chill
yappy
out.
too.
Yeah. Oh, because it would suddenly have power.
Yeah. It wouldn't have such a complex about its tiny self.
That's true.
Yeah.
Short guy complex. I think geese is the right answer because they're fucking dick bags.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
If they were 10 times as big as they are, they would. I feel like they would rule the world.
Can geese do a lot of bite damage though? Like they don't have
Yes.
teeth. They can?
Yeah, they fuck you up.
Oh.
I don't think they have teeth, but those beaks hurt like a bitch if I'm
Ooh.
not mistaken.
Mm.
And I think they got little claws on their feet, maybe. I don't know. They're
The
scary.
big one does.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna like the ocean answer more.
Well, I already
about
think
sharks?
the ocean is very again
Sharks are
already
scary.
big and scary.
Yeah.
I almost feel like if we took a great white shark and times it by 10, I don't think it would be as scary as it would be like a Marvel. You would go see the giant shark, like
That's
the size of
true.
a hot air balloon.
Even bigger than that, I feel like.
Probably.
It's the size of a building, a shark. Next question. What movie traumatized you as a kid?
Dude, I have an immediate answer.
Me too.
I did too.
I'm sure many movies did because I was a scared kid, but the one that stands out. Oh, okay, I have two.
I have two answers too.
My quick one is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because I was terrified of the Yeti.
What the? Oh,
I
that
wrote
makes
a
sense.
whole ass
I
article
love
about.
that movie.
I think I read that article.
I'll post it in the Discord, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really, really scared of the Abominable Snowman, and like I thought the monster under my bed was the Abominable Snowman, and
Oh no.
so on. But the big one was there was this Disney Channel original movie called Don't Look Under the Bed.
Yes.
And it was about how when you stop believing in your imaginary friend, they turn into boogeymen and like hunt you. And it was so there was this whole like boogeyman dimension, and they would try to grab your legs from if you like dangled your legs over the bed, they would like grab you and pull you into that dimension.
Oh,
and
man.
it was like fucking scary as hell. I never had imaginary friends, but it was still traumatizing.
Yeah, dude. Mine. So the main one that I immediately thought of was Jurassic Park because I went with my friend and her family, and they were like late type people, so we had to sit directly in the front, and it was just giant scary dinosaurs directly in my face, so close, and that I was traumatized. I didn't want to watch it for a long time. And then my honorable mention is a specific scene in The Little Mermaid with
What the fuck?
whenever the shark breaks into wherever she is and is trying to get her.
Oh.
I was so scared of that scene, and I would make my mom fast forward it so I could watch the rest of the movie.
At least
Oh,
it's in the
man.
very beginning, and you can just kind of skip that.
Yeah, I always skipped over everything I didn't really like in movies.
I have a couple. Mine was Friday the 13th because my brothers made me watch it on Friday the 13th
Oh,
Oh
when I was
god.
way too young. I think I might have told this story before,
you
but
were
I was
afraid
like,
of Mrs. Voorhees?
I was like 7 or 8. No, I didn't remember shit about the movie. I just remember they kicked me out of the house and turned all the lights off.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, well, that's not a normal movie experience.
No.
No, that scared the shit out of me. The other one was it's the first IMAX movie I ever saw at the Air and Space Museum, I think, in Washington D.C.
Whoa.
And it was like a helicopter volcano thing.
Oh.
So
Sure,
it
a
was
helicopter volcano thing.
it was
Totally.
well, it was a helicopter documentary in IMAX, or not helicopter, volcano
Okay.
documentary in IMAX.
Right.
But they were shooting from the vantage point of a helicopter, and in IMAX, like I
Yeah.
had to leave. Like
Yeah.
I had to leave the theater because I was getting so anxious about it.
Ooh, yeah.
The
As some-
heights.
Yeah, I was gonna say you already
Mhm.
don't like heights.
I don't like heights,
Yeah.
and it was like you were hanging over a fucking volcano that was really big
No, fuck
and
That's
really
kinda
far
sick.
down.
Mm-mm.
My
Yeah.
my grandfather was in the Navy. He was a photographer, and his job was to hang out of airplanes and helicopters with
no.
this giant camera rig to take
No.
aerial photos.
That's
God
incredible.
damn.
That's terrible. Oh.
What a gangster, though.
he was
What a
so
gangster
cool,
job.
Dude,
Yeah.
I feel like
But
people
also
had less
fuck
fear
that.
back then. Jesus
Absolutely,
Christ.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh,
People are
can't
nuts.
imagine.
Some about army guys makes their fear go away. Because
Yeah.
my dad was like a fucking crazy man on ladders and shit, and I never understood it.
But he didn't fight. He was a photographer.
I know, but it's like the same mentality. I feel
You're
it's
still
just
in the environment.
it's military
Yeah,
guys.
I guess so.
My dad would straight up stand on the top of a fucking ladder
Ugh.
Ugh.
with nobody holding it.
My mom does
No.
stuff like that. I don't know where that comes from. I'm afraid if I get on like the third rung.
Yeah.
There's just people. Miriam is like that. I remember the first time we went to the beach together. I always got to have like an ocean front because when I go to the beach, I want to hear the waves and like keep the door open at night and sleep to it. And I remember the first time we went to the beach, we were on like the 4th or 5th floor of a hotel or something, and she would sit on the railing
No.
and like with her back to the ocean. And I'm like, you're fucking insane.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's no.
And she'll definitely tilt back in chairs and precarious positions
no.
too. And I'm like, nah, dude, you can't. That's too scary. You can't do it.
That's like it's funny because you were a sportsman. I just feel like
Yeah.
usually people who played sports in high school have like a I'm invincible mentality where they aren't
No.
afraid to get hurt of anything, like anything. But
Yeah.
I have an over analytical, logical mind.
yeah.
So when it comes to shit like that, I'll suss it out before I do it. So I'll be like, no, I'll die if I do that.
Well, that's
Mhm.
called common sense.
Yeah.
I was an indoor kid always, and I always will be. So
Yeah, dude.
I think
don't do
I
that
used
shit.
to like be able to do it more like whenever I was younger, but as I get older, everything's more of a nope than ever. I'm super afraid of heights at this point.
Miriam's a
Can't.
tree climber too. And
Oh.
I could never.
No.
I used to. Not anymore.
I was less afraid of heights than I was of splinters.
Bees.
Practical.
Yeah.
I've been stung by bees like a billion times.
Mm.
Still afraid of bees.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, well, again, kind of practical.
Hey, anybody got news?
I have one thing. I guess it's kind of an "Are you excited about?" but it isn't
I'm gonna
coming
play
up
this
right
so I
away.
could see it on the edit and then turn it off.
Okay. My one piece of news is, well, there's no news because everything is about the SAG strike.
Yeah.
But the one thing I did see is a trailer for a film called A Haunting in Venice, which is
I was gonna link that to you today.
I just saw it when I was looking for news right before this. It is a Poirot mystery. I don't think it's based on an Agatha Christie book. I could be wrong, but I don't remember that book.
Mhm.
But it looks like Poirot is investigating a haunting. And it's like the cast is a who's who. It's got fucking Tina Fey, Michelle Yeoh,
Whoa.
a lot more people that I recognized but don't necessarily know their names.
Right.
But it looks actually like really spooky.
Ooh.
And I also love Agatha Christie and Poirot, so I
Me
will watch
too.
it. I haven't watched a lot of the movie adaptations just because they can be corny, but this looks actually kind of spooky-ooky. So A Haunting in Venice, it's coming to theaters on September 15th.
Yeah, I saw that and immediately thought of you.
Yeah.
It seems like it might be a fun boy.
Yeah. That's
Beth,
it.
you got anything?
No news.
I have jack shit. Okay, great.
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
No.
Yes.
No?
When this comes out, Talk to Me will be out on July 28th, which is an A24 horror thing.
Mm.
And the trailer for it looks promising. Kind of reminds
A24 her.
A24 her. And you could see it without feeling bad because A24 is one of the studios that the unions are
Independent.
giving the green light to
Hell yeah.
so they can keep on
Yay.
making their shit.
Nice.
And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on August 2nd, which is a Wednesday. So this will be out before the next show comes out. But I'm very excited about that one.
That's fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really pumped for that one.
Cool.
Hey, Felicia,
Yeah.
what's the super secret shit we're watching this week that you wouldn't tell us about?
So, first of all, I love that. What are we watching this week? You put Felicia as surprise, but you also kept the description
Outlaws.
from the Outlaws.
Yeah, I didn't
Felicia's
change
surprise, a
anything.
straight-laced bank manager. Is that me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to keep this a surprise is because I think Jesse will hate it,
Okay.
but I think Beth will love it.
Ooh.
And it was inspired by Beth because I forget why, but Beth, you mentioned something like, what if we did our first animated movie on the watch along?
Yes.
And I was like, what if we did that?
Yes.
And Beth, I want you to finish this quote for me.
Oh no.
Grandmama, it's me.
What?
No,
Oh, no.
really? Anastasia.
Oh.
Anastasia.
I don't know the quote, but I fucking love Anastasia.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I can't wait to sing the songs during this watch along.
Me
Just
too.
kidding.
I will say, for Jesse, it's not Disney. It's a Bluth. I don't know if that makes it better. But I also
don't know.
think for an animated movie, it has some of the best music out
Dude,
there.
it's so good.
It really
You're gonna
is.
love it.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it.
It's
Oh,
surprisingly dark,
great. Yeah.
and it's got like a really cool cast. It's got everyone whose name I forgot. John Cusack is
Yeah.
Dimitri.
Meg Ryan, Christopher Lloyd.
Yep, Christopher Lloyd is Rasputin. The guy who plays Frasier is
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer.
Hank Azaria.
Yes.
Canceled a little bit, I think.
Oh well. It's got a lot of other cool people.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah,
Dude.
Angela Lansbury.
It's great.
R.I.P. It's
Yeah,
a
there's
great
lot of
movie.
people. All
You
right.
might. I don't think you'll hate it.
If
for,
it's darkish, I probably won't hate it.
Yeah, it is
No.
darkish.
I'll have subbies for the singing,
Yes.
so I
Good.
might understand what they're saying.
It's real good music. I listen to Once Upon a December all the time still.
Same. I have like several of them on my playlist. I
Hell
love
yeah.
it. I can't stop
All
smiling.
right.
I'm so excited.
Yay!
All right. We'll watch it. I feel like you owe me a hate watch anyway. I probably picked something you hated recently.
I feel like,
Oh,
yeah.
Asteroid City. I picked Asteroid
Well,
City.
yeah, but I wanted. It doesn't count as a hate watch if I wanted to see it at the time too and just happened
Yeah.
to hate it.
Also, none of us had seen it. It was just
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah, that's not a hate watch.
But I feel like the last thing I picked you hated too, but I can't remember what it was.
Well, maybe this will make up for that.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I love my brain because nothing's a hate watch. Everything's always just fine or really
That's
exciting.
great because Jesse and I are usually polar opposites, and then we got Beth in the middle.
I just want to hit you with a hate watch.
I know.
What do you hate?
No.
Weather? Let's
Yeah.
watch that Leonardo DiCaprio one.
What's that?
The one with the wolves.
Titanic.
With the bear.
With the bear.
Oh, The Revenant.
The Revenant, yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like you would straight up hate that shit.
Probably. It would make me uncomfy.
All right, I guess we're watching Anastasia.
Yay!
Yay. Maybe Miriam will watch that one. I think she likes that movie.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
She likes all the animated shit from the 90s, I feel like.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the end
good
of the
shit.
show.
That's the end of the show.
That's
We
the
did
end.
it. Another one in the can.
The end.
The
The
end.
end.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Go to sleep. Why don't you get a brush, put on some makeup,
You good to
No,
go
you
to
gotta take
sleep?
it off.
go to sleep.
Yeah, you gotta
Take
take
off
off
your
Don't
makeup.
sleep in makeup.
I'm sure
No.
someone does.
You gotta
I
get it
have,
all over
for
your
sure.
pillows.
I
Dude,
wouldn't
there's-
advise it.
Hold on, I got an important question. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to play
no.
this outro again because I
Okay.
just remembered. You will shower in the morning or shower at night?
Both.
Yeah, I'll do either. Usually night, just because I don't like to wake up early.
Same.
And also, sometimes my hair looks nicer if I sleep on it wet.
When I was
Mm.
working in the out there, I was big time a shower in the morning guy. But now I've transitioned to shower at night because it matters less how I smell, and that's it.
I like to go to
Hey.
bed clean, jelly bean.
Why
Yeah.
don't you guys have a good night? Go to bed.
Good night.
Okay, and here comes
Good
the
night.
Why don't
song.
you go have a shower and take off your
And
makeup?
take off your makeup that you
Take
put
off
on
your
at the
makeup?
beginning.
Do all that. Take a shower at all times a day. Who
I
cares?
can't believe you made them put on makeup just for this.
I took a shower right before this. Wash my hair. I feel
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just
gonna
gonna.
take a shower right after this.